The rules that you trust the most to protect your account are quietly draining it, and it doesn't matter how good or bad you are at everything else. You could have a solid edge with clear entries, you could have the psychology of a monk, or you could be an emotional mess. You could be a beginner, or you could be a trading veteran. Your risk management will always have the final say in how profitable you are. It determines whether your account grows consistently, or stays flat, or shrinks, or completely collapses. And the thing is, most traders think they've got it handled when they either have generic rules that are more harmful than good, or inconsistent rules that change all the time. But that's how you stay stuck forever. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to build a risk management system that actually turns your effort into profit. And by the end of it, you'll be able to apply it to your own trading immediately. Now, there are three pillars that a profitable trader stands on. There's the edge, there's psychology, and there's risk management. If one of these fails, the whole thing collapses. And each of these has a different function. Your edge is the tool that extracts profit in the market over time, and your psychology is what allows you to apply that edge. So if you don't have an edge, then you don't have a way of consistently pulling money from the market. Obviously, you're not making any money regardless of how good your psychology is. And if you do have an edge, you still need the right psychology to carry it out. If you're getting emotional or being inconsistent with your trades, then you still won't be able to pull money consistently from the market. So edge and psychology are extremely important, and every trader focuses on this, but no one really focuses on risk management. Because here's the mind-blowing thing. A trader with a decent edge in psychology and good risk management will always beat a trader with an excellent edge and psychology, but bad risk management. Because edge and psychology might extract money from the market, but this money isn't permanent. It's not something solid like bars of gold. It's something that can disappear in an instant. The market can simply take it back. So you're putting in all this effort and time and knowledge into extracting money out of the market consistently, only to lose it all. Now, what risk management does is that it converts money into profit. That's money that actually stays and allows you to grow and scale. So it's the engine that takes your time and effort in the market and turns it into profit. It takes what you've been pouring into trading and finally starts paying you back. If you have a weak engine, then all of that time and effort is slipping through and going to waste. It doesn't matter how much you put in if there's a leak. So now we're going to actually turn that into a clean functioning engine. And this is just 3 steps. First, we need to unlearn the generic risk management rules we've been taught because they don't work in our favor. Then we need to do the math and look at what actually benefits us and what doesn't. And finally, we're going to apply that to our trading. So let's start with the first step. Now, most risk management rules that traders get handed seem like they make sense, but don't once you really look at them. The most common one is that you should risk 1% or 2% of your account per trade. And a few more are things like aiming for a certain risk reward per trade, or not trading if the risk reward is too low, or adding and reducing size depending on how confident you are, or the famous cut your losses short and let your winners run. These are all rules we've been told to follow at one point or another, but we need to ask ourselves, do they actually benefit us? What's the point of risking 1% per trade? You might argue that 1% of an account is a safe amount, but then I could also ask, why not smaller like a fraction of 1% to be even safer? And then you might say that it's not necessary to risk that small because you'll be growing much slower and you won't get much added safety on top of that. But I could also argue the same thing for 1% per trade. Because what exactly are you planning for where you need to lose over 100 trades in a row before you blow your account? Even if you risk 2% per trade, why do you have a risk management plan where you need to take 50 losses in a row? What are the chances of that even happening? So we need to adjust our risk in a way where we're safe, but also in a reasonable range of losses. So we don't take trades that are unnecessarily small, and even risk reward per trade. If you're targeting a 2-to-1 exclusively, are you going to miss perfectly good trades that are lower than that? What benefit does that give you in the long term? You need to look at if it even helps you, because chances are it's not. And changing your size based on how confident you are in a trade is another one that might sound like it makes sense. But think about how subjective that is. It's like entering trades based on how confident you are, which is obviously a terrible idea, except now you're doing it with size. There's no way to track this or do this consistently and know if it's actually a benefit to you or not. And there are a ton of other ones that we seem to just follow because we were told, without examining if it actually benefits us. Because here's the part that stings. A worse approach isn't just not ideal. If there's a version of you trading the smarter way, and that version ends up further ahead, then the way you're trading now isn't protecting you, it's actually costing you. Once you actually start questioning these rules, they fall apart pretty fast. So we're going to ditch everything and start from the ground up, based on what will actually get us there. And by the way, I've helped hundreds of traders apply this exact system and get real results. This is what we do inside the LCE Accelerator. You'll get direct access to me through weekly calls and a private one-on-one chat, so you can ask questions and get feedback on your trades anytime. You'll also get this exact level-to-level chart, and you'll be part of a private community of traders and a live trading room. If you're interested, the link is below. Now, there are really only two things your risk management has to do. It has to keep you from blowing up, and it has to let you actually grow. Risk too much and one bad streak ruins everything. Risk too little and you're barely moving. You're just putting in all this work for almost nothing in return. And the first thing we need to do is make sure our edge and psychology actually work. Because if that doesn't work, then risk management can't really do its thing. That's where level-to-level trading comes in. This is just trading from one supply and demand level to the next, targeting the next level after that. It's a simple mechanical way to pull money out of the market without having to be right most of the time. If you want the full breakdown of how that works, I'll link it here for you to watch later. And because it's mechanical, the psychology takes care of itself. Your entry, your stop, and your target are all set before you're even in the trade. So the first two pillars are handled. And the thing is, every trade now looks the same. It has the same structure, same risk, and roughly the same size every single time. And that's what finally makes the math possible. Now, realistically, when you approach trading, you need to know what your realistic worst-case scenario would be. And this is essentially just the longest losing streak you can survive. So if you're taking one trade a day with this system, what's the most amount of trades you'd lose in a row? Is it 10? Is it 20? Now keep in mind, 20 trades lost in a row means you're taking one trade a day and losing every single trade for a month straight. And 50 trades means more than 2 months straight of non-stop losses. If you're following all the rules in the system, this is extremely unlikely to happen. Even 20 or 10 losses in a row is extremely unlikely. So that's what we would use as our true risk metric. If we risk 5% of our account per trade, then we can lose 20 trades in a row before blowing the account. If we risk 10%, then we can lose 10 trades in a row. If we risk 20%, then only 5 trades in a row. And 5 losses in a row is kind of pushing it because it's not unheard of. It's within the realm of possibility even if you follow all the rules and trade the system the way it's meant to be traded. So if we risk 1% per trade, we're safe, but we don't gain much per trade. If we risk 5%, we're multiplying our returns by 5 while still being safe. You're not sacrificing much safety outside of an extremely rare and unlucky streak. That's an excellent trade-off. So that's what we need to be looking for when it comes to risk management. Not what people tell us, but what actually works best for us. We need to figure that out internally. Now let's look at how we can actually apply this math to our advantage. So let's say you have your supply and demand levels here. All you're doing is waiting for the price to enter one level, then entering a trade, and exiting at the next level. And the price itself usually just flows from level to level. So we're not trying to draw some lines and patterns and read the entire market. It's much more dialed in than that. We're just looking at where the market is flowing and then jumping in and flowing with it. And so the market essentially just becomes a grid. You have the coordinates, and you just need to decide where the price is going next, based on trend and momentum. Now let's assume you have no experience and just decide to guess the direction at every level. So one trade you go long, the next one you go short, and so on, all based on just a random guess, like a coin flip. Every trade is a 50-50. So let's say you have a 1-to-1 risk reward for each of these trades, roughly. It usually doesn't have to be that low, and we can usually tighten our stop to get a better risk reward, but let's keep it at that for simplicity. If you lose half the time and win the other half of the time, with this risk reward, you'll be at break even. You won't be at a massive loss or have a blown account or anything. You'll be at break even. And the chance of losing 20 trades in a row is super low. This is not from skill or a trading strategy. This is purely trading at random. Now imagine if you use an actual strategy with trend following and market structure. your win rate jumps from 50% to 60%, and your risk reward jumps from 1 to 1 to 1.5 to 1. Now you're profitable with a strong edge. Your chance of hitting a 10 or 20 trade losing streak is even lower now. So imagine it like this. You're trading a level-to-level system where risk is the same for all trades and all trades are roughly the same size. If you're risking 1% per trade, you're going to be growing at a pretty slow rate. If you're risking 5% per trade instead, you'll be growing at an exponentially faster pace. And here's the thing. Your blow-up risk is already low with the 5%, and it isn't much more than the 1%. Even in the unlucky event that it does happen at some point in the future, it's still better to risk the 5% than the 1%, and I'll tell you why. If you're trading regularly and withdrawing profit, then the profit made from risking 5% per trade, even after the blow-up, will be a lot larger than the 1% gain. So at a certain point, you can beat smaller risk at its own game. That's where math benefits you the most, and that's how you have to approach risk management. It's not something you should barely consider or not pay attention to, and you shouldn't just follow generic rules thinking it's all right. Because risk management is the machine that drives your growth. It's the difference between being stagnant and growing exponentially. And you have the ability to use this to your advantage. This is exactly how you turn risk management into the engine that converts money into profit. Because not many traders can extract money out of the market consistently. And even those that do, not many know how to keep it and grow it into something enormous. But now you can do both. You've got the edge to pull money out of the market and the engine to actually keep it and grow it. And that combination puts you ahead of almost everyone who's ever opened a chart. So go figure out your number, apply that same risk on every trade, and let the engine do exactly what it's built to do. That's how you stop bleeding your effort into the market and start turning it into something that lasts. Now be sure to apply for the mentorship below if you're ready to apply this in real time, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.